Brand new show on the Showboat Branson Belle. As promised, we're going to talk to the cast members of Encore, and we will start with their comedian and MC, Mr. Christopher. How are you?
I'm great, Bob.
Yes, of course you are. I just saw the show, and it was fantastic. You got a couple of new bits in this year. You must be very excited.
We're very excited about all the new changes here at the Showboat this year.
Yeah, well, and a migration for you. You were hosting the lunch cruise. Now you're doing the early and late dinner cruises, more responsibilities, and gosh, a whole new product.
Entirely new. Our entire pre-show is new, and every bit that I do is brand new in the show.
Yeah, well, I absolutely can't wait to see it. Is there anything you want to tease them with?
Well, just come out and watch for the white bunny. Those of you that have seen the show will know what that means.
Awesome. Watch for the white rabbit.
There you go.
Now, of course, everybody's going to want to run out here in a hurry and get a seat to see the white rabbit. How are they going to get tickets?
Go to silverdollarcity.com or check out the phone number.
Sure, we'll put both the phone number and the website on the screen. You'll definitely want to come out and see our friend Christopher perform. And Christopher is going to kick off the show, which features two new acts. Right now, I'd like you to meet Janice Martin, who is a featured performer in Encore. Welcome, Janice.
Thank you.
Glad to have you here with us today. We caught part of the show before everything got started, and I don't know what you want to focus on as far as your talents and abilities, but they are many, and they're all showcased in this performance. What are you really excited about? I mean, you get to showcase everything, but if you had to say, I am a
violinist, singer, aerialist, pianist.
Okay, so there isn't one. It's really hard to separate, isn't it?
I actually love them all. I really do. I do have to say, doing the aerial has been probably the most fun for me because I am the world's only flying fiddler.
The world's only flying fiddler. I want to talk a little bit about how all this got started. We're going to focus on the show, and of course in a few minutes we're going to talk to your fabulous showman as well. But as far as you're concerned, how did you get started in entertainment? What bit you first? How'd you get the bug?
Well, I started piano when I was 4, and violin when I was 5, and gymnastics when I was 8, and my dad was a preacher, so at church we were performing and playing all the time. So I just really got into playing lots of different things, and I just loved being able to do lots of things.
Well, now I picked up on several things from the show. You attended Juilliard. Yeah. And
New York City.
And when you went to Juilliard, was it a particular field of study?
Well, I actually majored in violin performance.
I see.
I was going to be just a violinist and just sticking with the classical violin.
Yeah.
And I, on the side, would play piano and sing, and then I started pulling them into concerts, and then I just kind of had the show bug bite me, and
yeah, it does,
and I just loved incorporating dance and playing at the same time. So I started really going down that route, and I was definitely inspired by things like Cirque du Soleil. And
yeah, is that what led to the strap act? Is that how you became the aerialist? You were infatuated by Cirque?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I went to Las Vegas and saw some shows and said, I have to do this.
Yeah, well, and you are, and you're doing it very well.
Thank you.
Where did you study? You don't just go buy a pair of silks and hang them and start running up and down them.
Well, it's very dangerous if you do that. But no, contrary to what people think that my mom just put up the drapes in my living room, no, I really, I studied at a circus school. I've been living in New York City for the past 8 years, and there's a wonderful circus school called the Skybox, and I've been also doing a lot of touring with my own show and with a group called Cirque de la Symphony, and so I officially studied, but I also picked up things as you do when you're performing with your other performers.
Yeah, there's a lot to what you do here in this show, and I know it's based on all your experiences from the other shows and the other acts you've done. And just to kind of tie it all together, I mean, who said to you for the first time, you should bring that to Branson? We have a boat, and we want you to perform on this boat. Who brought that to you?
Well, actually, my first time I was here in Branson was last April.
Oh.
I was part of the World Fest. I was in Fiery Fiddles.
Yeah.
And
out on Park at Silver Dollar City.
Yeah,
sure.
And they didn't have me playing piano and singing as much, but this one, it was great because I was able to expand what I do.
So from working on the in the show out on Park, that led to the position here on the Showboat.
Yes.
Yeah. But it is fantastic. You're
Thank
an incredibly talented performer. It's a thrill and an honor to meet you, and I appreciate you taking the time to be on our show today.
It's a lot of fun, thanks.
And we're going to be right back, folks. Don't turn the channel. We'll be back with the showman, pretty much the other half of this incredible show called Encore here on the Showboat Branson Belle. We'll be right back.